Listen, first things first. Anytime I shoot any video and I don't start with moisturizer, ashy is not even the word. Cracked and ashy probably covers it. So let's start with that. Okay, so today, let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. Today we are literally going to be filming an application video for Amla. What kind of hand cream is this? So take two, we are about to essentially do the Beast Mode Hair Growth Challenge Fenugreek and Amla Edition routine. Top to bottom, everything you need to see. Let's go. Right, we're grabbing our 2 oils. So I've got the fenugreek elixir here, which has got fenugreek seed already infused, and it's got peppermint oil, it's got henna, it's got castor oil. It's a really, really lovely oil, and I'm going to be focusing the application of this onto my scalp. And then I have got my amla infused oil. I do have full details of how I made this oil up on a previous video, and I'm going to be warming up both of these oils in not boiling hot water, but very warm water. What that does is it increases the penetration of this oil into the hair by increasing the kinetic energy. So let's go. Okay, so let's get some water on the boil while we're here. You know I need to make myself a cup of tea as well. So that's cancelled what I had to say. What I'm gonna do actually is I'm going to put some colder water in there, because I know I've let the kettle sit since it's been boiled, but I always get worried I don't want to crack this. Although my videographer says if there's carnage, it's good content. No publicity is bad publicity. Okay. I so don't agree with that, by the way. That saying is just... Right, so let's just warm this up real quick. Yes, as I say, that just really does help with penetrating into the actual hair shaft. I'm gonna get myself a whole coffee situation, because actually I'll be good. I'll have a cup of tea. When it's not warm enough to be in the garden. So we're just gonna spritz down the hair, and what that's gonna do is, again, the water is going to help to lift the cuticle. That's why a lot of the time when you're actually adding treatments, the best thing to do is not to apply them to dry hair, because as soon as you add water, it starts to soften and lift up the cuticle. And if you really go in with like a proper wash before like doing any applications, your cuticles are really all the way up, especially if you're using warm water to do it. But for the purposes of just doing a pre-shampoo treatment, spraying down your hair with warm water from a water bottle is plenty sufficient to get your cuticles softening and lifting, and to help with the penetration of the oil into the hair. So that's what we're about to do. Guys, so my hair is definitely more dry than usual on this day, because I had this bright idea that I would do a 1 product only wash day review, and I was planning to do like a catalogue of all different 1 only products. So like after I wash my hair, just put 1 product in, but this one did not do anything for my hair hydration. Let me know if you'd like me to continue on this painful series, because there are some good products, but there's some how did this even get in the market products out there. So yeah, let me know if you would like to see that. So all I'm going to do is just loosen my hair, and then I do try and work through sections. I'm not pedantic about it, but I do just try and work through in sections. And I'm going to start with my scalp application. But before I do that, I always like to mist Guys, you can tell how long I have been doing the whole amla thing and not really using henna, because these grays be popping. Otherwise, you know, the henna turns it a kind of copper color. Oh, I love these bottles that you just click and it just keeps spraying. Look. Oh, mate. See, it's just the little things that get me so hyped. I swear, like 10 years in, I'm still hyped about natural hair care. Oh, man, alive. So again, just adding a bit of hydration. Like, honestly, like the difference this makes to like detangling and the difference this makes to hydration, I really couldn't believe it. So if you are misting your hair before you put in your hot oil treatment or before you do your pre-shampoo treatment, you really missing out in your routine, sis or bro. Don't discriminate. My hair was so thirsty. Let's just do it a bit more. Woo. Now, just in case you didn't know, there's actually fenugreek in here, like fenugreek seed. So if you ever pull it up and you like see, like, I've actually had so many people message me and be like, there's some yellow hard stuff in my elixir, and it's the fenugreek, sis. We don't use fillers, we use the real thing. So yeah, I just go in with my dropper. But you know what I'm gonna say? Like I just happened to have, like, in my recommended, one of my older videos come up. And it's crazy because when you look at that older video, my hair actually looks longer than it is now. And I checked the length, but I just think what's happened is my curls have just gotten so much tighter over time because my routine and the hydration, generally speaking, is so much better. And I feel like the amla actually helps to tighten my curls. I don't know if anyone else has had that experience. I'd love to see your comments below. But definitely the more hydrated my hair is, the more shrinkage. And I'm actually finding that if I ever really want to show my length, like say like I have an occasion and I really want to show my length, I need to let it dry and then I need to stretch it. And that's something I never used to have to do. And I'm really loving it. I'm just loving it. It's nice, like, exploring a different part of like natural hair, something I've never really had experience of before. And I just think that it's a mark of me being more consistent in my routine. You know, just dropped some oil on my trousers just in case you wanted to know. They're pretty new too. I know somebody who won't be happy with that. Person who bought it for me. Okay, once I've got that in, I do like to go in with a scalp massager, switch it on. Mate, listen, that was so relaxing. I feel like all of my life stresses just literally evaporated, and my hair is about to get another second hit. So here I have my infused oil. This is carrot oil heavy, and I'm really regretting and not bringing a towel. Wait, I'm gonna have to bring a towel because these jeans, right, this is the solution I came up with, because these jeans would not forgive me, neither would my husband. So I'm just gonna take the hair in sections. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ooh. Welcome. Honestly, I can already feel the added hydration. And then at this point, I just go in and I really start to lightly finger detangle, because I'm all for, like, you guys know I love Tangle Teasers. It's not sponsored by them, clearly. But I do love a tangle teaser. However, I'm learning that if your hair is in a wash and go situation, then it's definitely sensible particularly if you've not had a particularly hydrating routine in the week, to go in and just finger detangle and get rid of your larger knots. All right, now I'm literally gonna, guys, you see these little broken hairs here? I see that. See this? This is because I lost my hair bonnet this week and I had to sleep without a silk bonnet, and my edges started to break. So the moral of the story is the silk bonnet is important. So now at this point, ideal situation, put some kind of plastic cap on your hair. I had some really cute ones. I don't know where I put them, but I'm just gonna use this because I've used this for a few hot oil treatments. That'll do. So I tied my hair up with a silk scrunchie, and then just put it away. And then I'm just gonna go about my daily chores and things that I need to get done. Actually, something I've got to get done today, which I think you guys will appreciate, being hair lovers. So I'm just gonna get this all packed up and then sit down to do that and do a little bit of work, and then we'll wash it out. This was so long overdue. Finally bottled these up. There are some other items to add to this collection, but at least we've made a start. So I'm really chuffed that at least when I need to find something, I don't need to rummage through a basket. That was just not cool, not the one at all. So now it's just gonna make my routines so much easier. And when I am doing the tea that I'm doing in the week, I could come in and be creative, use my amla and fenugreek, and just grab whatever other herb I feel like adding for additional benefits. And if anyone's curious, that's what amla looks like when it's whole and dehydrated. All right, let's wash this. Okay, so I have been washing my hair, and I'm literally just gonna put in my hair mask. I have some hair masks that I've actually made up and saved in cubes. I'm gonna be using that during the month, but for my initial one, I'm just gonna go ahead and I think 3 spoons actually should be enough. I'm gonna add water because I happen to have some Tulsi tea. That's a really good hair herb, so I'm just gonna use that actually to make up part of the paste, and then the remaining hot water. The hot water really does just help all the goodness to be released, because obviously this is dehydrated. You want to rehydrate it, and also the kinetic energy from the heat just allows a diffusion of the goodness out. There's an in-depth video on how to make up a mask already on the channel. I'll just link it here. And also there is, of course, as I mentioned before, a full in-depth guide looking at different ingredients that you could mix in as alternatives to address, for example, if you're suffering from dryness or if you're suffering from shedding. And this is just so creamy, honestly. My goodness. Oof. Just adding some melted cocoa butter. By the way, guys, just a little side note, when I was detangling in the shower, having done a pre-shampoo treatment, it really helped with the slip and it really helped with the tangles. And now as I'm applying this really helps because after applying this full mask, because of the challenge calendar, I'm going to be doing a weekly gloss as well. That means I'm going to actually be putting a small amount of Ayurvedic powder, chiefly Amla, my Amla and Bring Raj mask actually, into the mix, and I'm going to be using on a weekly basis. And I don't want to overwhelm my hair. I don't want to have a setback. I don't want to have an overload. So adding this butter really helps with the balance. And if you are not doing that, if you're just doing your full mask, for example, and then you're going to give yourself 4 weeks of a break and then, you know, do it on the 4th week or whatever, you can skip adding in the butter, because whenever you add in a butter or you add in an oil, it actually slightly masks the effect of your Ayurvedic powder. In other words, it gives it balance so you don't have, you know, overkill on it. So that's just something to bear in mind. If you can go without adding the oils and the butter because you're not going to be using it as often, that could be something to think about. But basically this butter is going to make it more palatable for my hair. It's time. Let's go. Look, here is a trick. Make sure you are getting that on your scalp. Okay, because you want that goodness to really get into your scalp. Remember those relaxer days when you would separate and just make sure that it was really getting in there? You do that. Maximize those benefits. The testimonials on these masks have been literally phenomenal. Literally blown me away. And what I love is that we are getting feedback on this from people of all different hair textures, from like 4C hair to literally straight hair, Caucasian, Afro, whoever. This is really working for so many people. We get so many DMs on the IG. I hope you're following us over there, by the way. We post little tips and ingredient tidbits. And if you are wanting to join us for this challenge or the next challenge, if you've already missed the start date for this one, then definitely head over to our Facebook page that is linked below. Right, so I'm about to rinse this out. And isn't it crazy what I was saying about the shrinkage? Remember this little section that I was holding on to in the previous clip when I started doing hot oil treatment? It's crazy, the shrinkage. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what it looks like. I'm going to rinse and I'll be back. Right, so it's all been washed out. Now I need to go in with a leave-in of choice again. Even though I'm not being pedantic, I am working in sections, and you want to be super generous. Guys, comment below the leave-ins of choice so that you can help other people out. What is your favorite leave-in? I'm kind of feeling this one today. It's actually my first time trying it, so it's not my final review, but Pacifica, this is new, pineapple swirl curl defining cream. It smells pretty good, but I'll come at you guys on IG with my full thoughts on it in the future after I've used it for a while. But yeah, I'm just going through. As you can see, look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that is quite defining. I like that. By the way, if you ever have trouble getting the mask out of your hair when you're doing a rinse afterwards, definitely go in with a detangling brush and a co-wash. I do try and avoid co-washes where possible so that I can maximize the benefits. So I'm going in, I'm going to seal. And today, for a change, I'm going to actually rock a protective style. Oh yeah, back in with that. Right, so it is done, all braided, feeling super hydrated and strong. And I'm gonna literally go in and follow up every other day with my scalp massages. I can do it through the braids, no problem, for like the next 2 days. And my tea sprays to the root only. I'm not going to be spraying to the ends because that's essentially just overkill, because we're going to be doing, you know, weekly gloss. All the information and products, etc., is going to be linked in the description box below, link to the website. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye.